You can listen to this practice wherever it is that you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down, or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully wherever you are when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. And so if you would like to listen in a still position, just feel free to take all the time you need to arrive there. And allow yourself to fidget, adjust, stretch, or move in whatever ways your body wants to. As you do your best to not think about these movements at all, but more letting your body move you in the ways that intuitively feel good in your bones, muscles, joints. Maybe it feels good to do some neck rolls or shoulder rolls, some cat-cow motions with the spine, side body bends, torso twists, or maybe even lifting the arms overhead for a nice big morning stretch. Just getting that space between your hip bones and the bottom of your rib cage, getting that space really long so you give your organs lots of space to breathe. And there's no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move even throughout this practice whenever you feel the need to. But at any time, if you haven't already, you can make your way to a still position. And just feeling that the spine is nice and straight in whatever position you've chosen. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow the eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. As you now mark your arrival into your practice today and into your body today with a full, intentional, cleansing breath. As you welcome in a long and slow inhale in through the nose, just filling yourself up with this fresh and new air. And just holding that for a moment once you're full to really sit in that sense of fullness. And without straining as you need to, slowly let it all go. Exhaling bit by bit as you gently pull the navel toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to really push that last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for a moment now to sit in this sense of emptiness, allowing your next breath to come to you as it's needed. And so you can breathe just like this for as many rounds as feels good and helpful to you. Not worrying about the actual length of your inhales, exhales, and pauses on either side, but just letting each of these 4 parts be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. So when the body naturally feels full and would stop inhaling, seeing if you can expand your body a tiny bit more to take in just one more sip of air. And when you would naturally roll over to the exhale, seeing if you can hold off on that for an extra moment to stay a bit more intentionally in that fullness. And then as you need to, slowly letting it all go. As you again push that tiny bit extra air out of you and stay in that emptiness for a little longer than you might normally. As we just consciously and intentionally slow down the process of our breath. And communicating to the nervous system that now is a time to slow down. And at any point, if you haven't already, you may release this guidance over your breath altogether. And allow yourself to almost feel like you're stepping back and up in your mind into that role of the observer or the witness. And remembering how our breath is the one bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. And so releasing that voluntary guidance we just had over the breath, and now simply observing the automatic process that is your body breathing you. Knowing how your body does breathe all on its own, even when you're in a deep state of sleep. Your body functions perfectly to keep you alive without any of your direction or doing. And so just seeing if, even for a moment, you can witness all of these processes that occur within your body that keep you alive. The gentle beating of your heart, the rhythm of your breath, the pulse running through your body, all of your organs functioning as they should. As you just let some of your awareness come now to your face. And even with the eyes closed, just seeing any expression that could be resting on your face right now. Making note of your resting facial expression and any emotions that could be communicated by this expression. And then just choosing to allow these muscles to soften as you remember just how many muscles exist in the face. All of these tiny little muscles that have created every expression you've ever made. And just imagining that these muscles are just ungripping from the bones and releasing back into the support of your skin. As your jaw hangs into place, your tongue releases from the roof of the mouth, and the lips rest softly on one another. Feeling the nostrils relax, the chin, the cheeks, and the ears. The eyelids and the eyebrows. Allowing the hairline to soften back as you just feel the full width and depth of your forehead. Feeling the whole scalp soften just a bit further. As you even feel your brain resting into the support of your skull. You communicate to your body this deep sense of trust with your own anatomy. Trusting that when you let go and when you soften the body and the mind, absolutely everything is held where it needs to be. And there is nothing that you need to be or should be doing right now. This is not a doing or a thinking process, but rather one of listening and feeling. listening and feeling whatever is here for you to listen and feel right now. Watching any expectations popping up of what you think you should be feeling or experiencing, or any expectations of how you want to feel or how you wish you were feeling. And just know that the moment you notice these expectations pop up, that alone automatically brings you right back to the seat of the observer, which is where we try to stay for practices like this. Remembering that the goal of this practice, or any healing practice, is not to ignore all of our bad feelings and shove light and love over everything else. But this practice is about feeling what is here for you to feel. Whether that be great things or awful things. Giving yourself that time to feel your feelings, to experience your version of the human experience. And a really powerful tool that can help us stay more in this moment, in this present moment, even when things feel bad in this moment, is our senses. What we perceive will only ever exist in this moment. And so listening closely to your environment, looking closely at whatever it is you see, whether that be at the world around you or the world within you. Smelling any aromas in the air around you. Tasting the inside of the mouth. Feeling the temperature of the air on your skin and the surface that is beneath you and supporting you. And just allowing your awareness to go wherever it feels drawn right now. Maybe there's a specific sound that you'd like to tune in closer to, or something in your field of vision that you'd like to look more closely at, or any sensation in the body that you'd like to zoom in on. Just allowing yourself to exist in this moment. Allowing your awareness to naturally dance around this moment. Even if there are sounds in your environment that you may first label as annoying or distracting. Just practicing allowing each and every sound to be just another reminder of this moment. To be just another part of your own personal symphony. The symphony of the universe, of your perception. Remembering all the different layers of sounds that you can tune into. From the furthest sound away from the body to the sounds within your own body and every layer in between. Remembering how you are the only one who is hearing exactly what it is you're hearing. Even if there's someone else in this room with you who is listening to the same environment, what you hear is unique to you. The combination of your external environment with your internal environment. And noticing how our focus and awareness changes what we hear. How you have the ability to choose what you listen to. And so just choosing now to listen to the sound of your own heartbeat. Gradually letting even more of your awareness make its way into your heart. Maybe even tracing the space between your ears into the ear canals and the inner ears, all the way down through the throat into the heart itself. And you can always place one or both hands on top of the heart to encourage that feeling from the outside as well, if that feels like something you'd like to do. And just allow your body to soften even more beneath this steady rhythm that is your own heartbeat. The steady background beat to every single moment of your life, from before you were even breathing air, from the time you were in your mother's womb up to this exact moment. This heart has been working hard for you, has been pumping life into you. There's nothing in particular you've done to make this heartbeat or to earn this beating heart. But this is a pure gift of this life and this body. And this heart is your own personal and direct line of connection to whatever source or force allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. You are directly connected to this source simply because you are alive. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. And so there is nothing you can do that will ever strip you of this connection. But we will move through periods of times where we forget. That is part of being human. We will move through the cycles of life and emotions. And we are not meant to escape these patterns and cycles. But we are just meant to experience them. And we can look at the world around us and everything in nature to remind us of this truth whenever we need it. Knowing that even the trees will move through seasons of growth and blooming. And those same trees will move through periods of death and decay. And there's nothing wrong with the trees when they are shedding their leaves. They're not being punished. It's not like they did something to deserve losing their leaves. It's just a part of life. And so you do not need to punish yourself when you are moving through a period of loss or death and decay in any area of your life. You can just remind yourself it's another part of life. Same with the moon. Sometimes the moon is full and bright and whole, and it shines light for others in the darkness. And other times that exact same moon is a new moon, and it's in the shadows. It's not reflecting any light. And there's nothing wrong with the moon when it is a new moon. It's simply another phase it moves through and will continue to move through. And it is not meant to escape the cycle. And we are the same way. We are not meant to escape the cycles of life, but rather we are meant to ride these waves, ride the cycles with as much grace as we can give ourselves. Sometimes the heaviest layer of our suffering is one that's put on ourselves by ourselves, is one of constant expectations and all those voices that say, well, I should be grateful, I should be feeling better, I should be motivated, I should be anything else than what I am. And you can allow these phrases or those harsh expectations we put on ourselves, whenever they pop up, you can allow them to be cues for us to flip that script and instead remind ourselves that whatever I'm feeling is what I should be feeling, or else I wouldn't be feeling it. And the only way we move on from feelings is by moving through them, by allowing them to arise from within us and release outside of us, rather than shoving them back down deeper within us, where they will only get more embedded and control our actions more insidiously. So just know that you are strong enough to feel your feelings. And absolutely every storm runs out of rain. And even when it's raining, the sun is still shining behind the clouds. So you can allow yourself, allow your body to physically soften as you allow yourself to be exactly where you are in life right now. All the different aspects of your life right now. Just trusting that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And at the same time, you are already on your way to where you want to be. And just have so much patience with yourself along this journey. The same sense of love and patience that you may have for anyone in your life who you love. Know that you are capable of giving that same love and patience to yourself as well. Just bring some awareness now to the part of your body that is making contact with the ground beneath you. And just allow yourself to be heavy into that surface. Allow yourself to be held by this surface. Trusting the force of gravity all around you and the safety of the earth that is beneath you. Trusting that when you let go and soften the body, you will not be crushed and you will not float away, but you will be held right where you need to be. Maybe even feeling that same sense that you may feel when you hug someone who you love dearly. Maybe a person or maybe an animal. But just that moment in the hug where you exhale and allow yourself to be held. Allow yourself to be loved and protected. Awakening that same sense with all the love that is in your own body, that is in the earth beneath you, and in the air all around you. All of the love that has existed for centuries just for you to exist right now. The collective love and support of all of your ancestors that live within your bones, within your blood, within the air around you. Allow yourself to be loved and held by your family, your ancestors, your chosen family even. Remembering that love in itself is eternal. And so anyone who you've ever loved and everyone you ever will love is here with you. And we can time travel through our own memories as well. And so if there's anyone who you would like a hug from or just want to be held by, maybe just remember a time when you were held by them and you were loved by them. And just take a moment now to allow everything to settle. Allow every word you've heard today and every feeling you felt, every emotion you've experienced, allowing it all to settle. Almost as if your body was a snow globe and all these feelings and words are little specks of glitter in that snow globe. And now is the time where we set you down and allow the air to clear. And just trusting that anything at all that you heard today that resonated with you or struck a chord or felt helpful in some way, trusting that that feeling can sometimes come when we hear on the outside what a part of us already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allowing those truths to be enhanced within you so that you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition. Remembering that you already know all it is that you need to do, if that is anything at all. And at the end of the day, you are your own best teacher. Observing yourself in quiet and alone time, as well as with the people we love, with our friends and family and community. That is how we learn the most about ourselves, about the world, and about everyone, about all of life. It's by observing ourselves through every step of life. Letting any emotions be released and be your teachers. And so if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can just let your hands come and find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. And just feel this contact of your palms to one another. And allow your heart to lift toward your thumbs as your thumbs press back toward your heart. As you tune in once again to this rhythm of your own heartbeat. And calling in a final deep and full breath into the body as you fill up to every corner and edge of you. And as you exhale, letting go of anything you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. And take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.